by Emmanuel Koundé, who played in '82 and can hit them, and that's a good strike. And it was on target, and Pastor playing with a heavier ball in the second half.
Maybe put it in the bucket it was.
Redknapp has continued down the middle, splendidly won by Onana. Makinaki's in a good position, and he's here inside the area. Makinaki with a chance for Cameroon, and Lung goes across to deny him.
What a good ball by Onana. Lovely little ball played into the box there. And again, I mean, Makinaki's a willing worker. He'll go for them. Turned the ball well, and the goalkeeper just came out and managed to...
That confused Nkono. Lakatouche with the throw. Nkono comes for it, and he's never going to get that. Radicau could have benefited. And that's the first time that Nkono really has been caught out, and that wasn't good goalkeeping. Gal can't control it. A long pump downfield. Shouldn't pose Andoni too many problems, although Miller might hustle him. Miller scores a goal for Cameroon! It's come from nowhere. From the man who has made the most romantic comeback of the World Cup, surely. Roger Miller, 38 years of age, scores the goal that sends those fans into ecstasy. And really, you've got to look at the defender here. Miller just hustled him, he didn't foul him, he kept his feet, he kept his cool, and that's class finishing.
Well, you feel a little bit sorry for the big number 4 there, because the ball sat up, look, it went straight up in the air. He's caught from a standing jump. Miller was running at it, bowled him over really just by challenging, and they took it well. Look at that there. Miller had the run on it. The ball actually went in between the two of them. Miller kept his balance. Andoni went down, and Miller slotted it. Of Cameroon.
Splendid free kick, excellent save from Lung.
Just looking back, and number 4, Andoni, were having a bit of a punching match off the ball there.
Sylvio Lung is extremely agitated. They come down a different channel, tries to get the shot in, and there again, the defender, Onana, did really well. Danger not averted yet, though. Oh, that's well played. Lakatouche, a little header from Lakatouche, which could have sneaked in that post. But it's not his day at the moment.
Good skill from Ballant there, wasn't it? Kept it up, hooked it in. Just didn't get enough on it, Lakatouche. Just had to play late in the game. Very experienced man.
Makinaki looks as though he's going to run over the top of this one, allowing to strike it. Well hit as well, and they're not afraid to have a crack.
Well, that was a better effort from Mafedi, at least to go over the top of the ball, kept it down.
That game actually ended 2-0, 2-1, yeah, 2 in favor of Cameroon. I guess we just need to remind ourselves how good we are, how good we can be on our good day, and the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon showing us on their good day they can do. A lot of names from that game. Roger Miller, oldest man ever to score at the World Cup. In goal, Thomas Nkono. For most of us, I mean, fun memories. I mean, we just had to go down memory lane to give you that game. And on the side of the Romanians as well, you had Georgiagi, Lakatouche, Popescu, and all those other guys that really made football interesting to work down the years. So, but we'll be talking about Cameroon. Let's just give you a profile of Cameroon, what Cameroon has been able to do at the World Cup. I'm very sure that will come up on your screen. First time Cameroon went to the World Cup was 1982. Well, the name, Indomitable Lions, everybody knows. Their outings at the World Cup, you know, if they play today, it makes it 7. So let's just say 7. There was 6 before this World Cup, so it makes it 7. Their best outing, I mean, there's no question.
There's no, absolutely.
1990. They got to the quarterfinal in 1990. Matches played, they played 20. Matches won 4. Matches, you know, that ended in a draw, 7. And the ones they've lost, 9. And remember in 1982, they played 3 games. They didn't win.
They didn't win any. Yeah, they drew the 3 games, including the game against Italy.
Yeah. Their current ranking, they're number 56. Most caps I mean, we don't need to remind ourselves. Rigobert Song, 137, and of course, top scorer, Samuel Eto'o. Good thing is going to be at this World Cup, and of course, scored 56 goals. I hope he gets more, and if he plays, that will be his fourth World Cup. Let's not forget it was
World Cup, yeah.
France 98, it was in France 98, 2002. They didn't qualify for 2006, 2010 he was there, and now he is there. How does Cameroon make you feel? A lot of people, arguably, some will say that the strongest African team.
Yeah, they used to be the strongest African team, but now I think they've actually lost it. Back then, in the early 90s, late 90s,
Back
to
then,
early 90s, they
you
were...
would sweat if they were playing the
Yeah,
English.
you would sweat.
You will have
were not even sure
nightmares.
that you would secure victories against them. Remember when they came to Nigeria here and they got
Took
the
away the cup
took away the
in
cup
Lagos.
from us. So it's always very difficult playing against the Cameroonians.
Kule, let's look at their last 5 matches at the World Cup. Maybe that will give us an indication of what's going to happen today. But I hope what I'm seeing on screen will not be what's going to happen today. Well, the last 5 matches, 2010, and of course, some from 2002.
Yeah.
Last 3 matches in 2010, then the 2 from 2002. Well, they beat Saudi Arabia, their only victory in 2002. Of course, they lost to the Germans. 2 red cards.
2 red cards.
In
They
that
were not
game.
relaxed. They were fighting,
was-
and they were actually not.
It was
taking
more like
this-
rugby on that day.
Remember the kind of jersey they were putting on as
Yes,
well on that
yeah,
very day.
yeah. And they lost to Denmark, 2010. Lost to Japan, surprisingly, and of course, they lost to the Orange Boys of Holland. Last 5 matches at the World Cup. But I don't know, Kule, let me ask you, I don't know. Do you see anything changing? The Cameroonians, they've had issues with bonuses.
Yeah.
They've had issues, Eto'o saying somebody instructed them not to pass the ball to me. You know, at some point he wasn't there. And some will even say their best players don't get to play. I mean, you play a game, you keep Alex Songa on the bench. You play so I don't know, but do you see Cameroon doing well this time?
Yeah, looking at the group they are, actually, you want to say that against the Japanese team, they actually stand a very, very good chance in that game. And subsequently, if you win your first game, you are actually
This
well
game actually
motivated
took them to the World
to the
Cup.
World Cup. The game against Tunisia, against all odds. That was actually, I never really envisaged that the Cameroonians were going to book their place in the final of the World Cup. Because prior to that game, they were not at the African Cup of Nations. They failed to qualify for the African
That's
Cup of
Jim
Nations.
Makoun.
Yeah,
Got
Jean
the
Makoun.
goals. Got the goals on the day.
Fantastic midfielder, and that's one of the players that they will actually be banking on.
A lot to be resting on his shoulders.
Yes, to get the job done along with Samuel Eto'o. And you talk about Samuel Eto'o actually recording goals at this World Cup. I really don't see this happening because I think Eto'o has actually lost his pace, the speed, and right now, when he plays for Cameroon, he actually plays from behind, he plays from the midfield, and he takes the ball, brings the ball to the attack for the likes of Webo and the other strikers that they have in their
So you're
ranks.
saying Eto'o might just not,
yeah.
increase his goal tally.
It might not increase his goal tally, but he will be there to actually make things happen.
presence will be felt.
Yes, his presence is going to be felt. He's going to distribute passes, and he's going to really make his presence will definitely count here. And the Cameroonians have not, apart from the 1990 World Cup where they actually got to the final.
Ever
the
since
subsequent-
1990, first round exit.
Yeah, it has always been like that, and we just hope that this time around, because the way they actually they came back after so many years on the doldrums, and they were able to beat the Tunisians. One would actually expect that they can, and with the way they actually play, they spring the passes
One
together.
final question as we go on to the papers. At the last World Cup, Asoi Koto was quoted as saying there was no blend between the new and the old. The younger players in the team who felt they were doing well, and some of the older players who weren't doing so well, but they still had to play, players like Rigobert Song and some of the other. And Cameroon has a history of forcing players in the squad. They didn't get to do that this time.
Yeah.
But do you think that blend, they've achieved that blend?
Yeah, I think that since the German coach Voka actually took over the Cameroonian team, they've actually, if you watch their games, like I watched the game against Tunisia on both legs, and I saw the cohesiveness, the understanding among them, the blend. There was that blend
the blend
between
is
the old
there.
players. Yeah, it's there, and I think
And you think
by
they'll get the
virtue of
results?
this, yeah, they can get a good result at the World Cup.
Okay, let's move on to the papers. We're on the home stretch now. We really don't have much time, but let's look at the papers. And of course, you would understand that all the stories will be about the FIFA 2014 World Cup. We start with Complete Sports, and it says Brazilians. Gives you the results. In case you don't know, Brazil defeated Croatia in the first game of the 2014 FIFA World Cup. All the stories there you have on the bottom strip. Efe Ambrose say, I know how to stop Messi. He's played against Messi at club level, and he has played against him at the Olympics, I think. So, well, I think he has something there. Other stories there, Uganda coach writes off he goes. NFF to get fresh $750,000 FIFA bonus. Okay, so all the other stories are there for you in Complete Sports, and of course stories about the opening ceremony. Before it was J-Lo wasn't going to show up, but she did show up, and it was a memorable night.
Absolutely.
Something we're going to remember for a time to come. Okay, let's move on now to the next paper, and of course the next paper for review is Sporting Life, and of course gives you clips. Brazil's first own goal scored by Marcelo. Last night. You saw it there, pictures from the opening game, and on the top corner, that should interest you, especially if you're a Manchester United fan. United pull out of Cavani race. That story is on page 2, and it broke yesterday. Says Fabregas will be moving to Chelsea, and of course there are people here who don't agree with my partner on the show, talking about Eto'o now. Says Eto'o is a threat, and also we have the review of some of the matches that will be played today at the World Cup. All right, that's the papers for you this morning. Let's go on the show. We have less than 2 minutes, but quickly let's go about tennis. This time Rafael Nadal. I mean, it's very hard not to talk about Novak Djokovic, but we'll have to focus, because of time, we'll have to focus on Andy Murray and Nadal. Nadal crashed out of his first grass court event after the French Open, and it was surprising to a lot of us.
Surprising because the individual that actually defeated him is ranked 85 in the world, 5th in the world. So that goes to show you that beating a world number one, somebody who's just coming back from a triumph at the French Open. We want to say that wasn't really.
Is he vulnerable on clay?
Yeah,
on grass.
On grass, yeah, he's not too good on grass, but
he's not as dominant
as he used to be on clay right there at the grass court. So that's why it's so obvious with just 10 days to the Wimbledon Open. We want to say that Nadal will definitely, from the look of things, struggle at the Wimbledon Open. For Andy Murray.
That's Nadal in your picture. I was shocked, as most people were. But as we close, Andy Murray with his new manager, female coach, and as well, Andy Murray crashed out of the grass court event that he participated in. Do you see him being able to defend his title?
It's going to be very tough because he has not really been doing it very well in recent time. But I think if he keeps his head up, he's going to return to training next week, going to rest for this week, and he said he's going to come back stronger and better. He said the problem he has is that anytime he's playing on grass, this first, when you serve and when the ball comes back to you, is always very difficult. It doesn't come the way you actually expect. So he said he hopes that he will actually right the wrongs, and he should be able to do very well at the Wimbledon Open.
Okay, those are the two guys in focus today as we'll continue the countdown to the next Grand Slam. That's Andy Murray and Rafael Nadal. Okay, that's how we wrap things up on the show this morning. We do hope that you've enjoyed what we've been able to bring to you today. If time permits us, we'll leave you with that tennis match that we were talking about. Radek Stefanik defeating Andy Murray. Let's allow you to enjoy that. Have a nice day. We'll see you next week.
It's not only when you're playing the best, definitely when you're playing the best players in the world, it's always a special match, and you want to come out with the best. What I did today, and the game motivates me, to be back on the court every day, to work hard, and until my body's gonna feel like I'm feeling now, the wheels will be turning. Then I'm feeling healthy, so I will keep going because I love the game, and I feel still the motivation inside of me.
Obviously broke in the first game and then got broken straight back, which is a bit disappointing because when you get off to a good start you want to try and kind of keep the pressure on. I wasn't able to do that, but then in the tiebreak I had a number of set points. I was up 6-2 and ended up losing it on this surface in particular. That shouldn't really be happening. I should be doing a better job of closing out that set, especially behind my own serve. So that was the most disappointing part of the match for me because I got myself in a winning position and didn't take it. And then second set was tough.